Hi everyone and welcome to the Pendleton Sportsman. I'm your host, First Lieutenant Rob Shuford, and today I got a little treat for you. We're going to be in the woods and on the water, and you're probably wondering why we're not there yet. Well, I'm inviting you in my home today, and we're in my kitchen, and we're going to show you a little bit of cooking later on. You're going to have to stick around to find out what exactly I'm cooking, so don't go anywhere. Another exciting episode of the Pendleton Sportsman is up next. Now we have a lot to cover in today's show. We're going to be doing a little bit of fishing and wrap it up with a little bit of hunting. So we're going to get started right away with Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. For almost a year now, Dana Wharf has been supporting the troops by taking us out on free fishing trips. And that's exactly what I took advantage of today. I took out 7 other Marines, along with myself, to try some rock fishing and some bass fishing right off of Camp Pendleton's coast. 2 months before I filmed this show, I had just gotten back from Iraq. It was great to see that the fishing community had a lot of support for the troops in this area. And we're lucky enough today that Dana Wharf Sport Fishing has let us out today. I was able to take out 7 other Marines with me, all from different shops, from people that I knew that just wanted to go fishing. They'd never tried fishing before. I've got some inexperienced fishing Marines out here. They've caught more fish than I have today, which is a good thing. I don't mind, because I'll be back out here later. They might not be. So it's always good to bring somebody out that's never been fishing before, come out here and catch a fish. Just share that camaraderie, have a good time. And you never know, you might just hit the nail on the head one day and come out here and fish are going wild. Dana Wharf Sport Fishing is up north of San Clemente, Dana Point. It's not too far of a drive from the base, so if you want to try it out, it doesn't take very much work to get up here and go out on one of these half-day or three-quarter-day boats. Try it out. But any day out here is better than being at work, or cutting the grass, or cut in the bushes, or whatever other excuse you can think of to sit at home or find something else to do. You can't beat this. Even if the fish aren't being cooperative, you really can't beat just being on the water or being out in the woods or just doing something outside. Spend some time with friends and hopefully bring dinner home by the end of the day. The captain put us on fish right away, and next thing you know, people were pulling them up left and right. The hot bite today was Boccaccio. You can only keep one of these fish, and after a few stops, we had our limit. There was also a good variety of other rockfish coming over the side. But we had to stop going after the rockfish after getting those limits of Boccaccio. It seems like every stop we hit for the rockfish, those Boccaccio would bite first. Okay.
bring that one right around. You guys are free.
These fish are good eating, and everybody was happy with this catch. You know, some people had some fish tacos that night.
26 and 27.
Those grouper or bocaccio, whatever you want to call them. You only allow one per person, remember that.
Is it one or two, Chad? Is it one?
You might notice the air bladder sticking out of some of these fish's mouths. That happens because we reel them up from so deep. The air bladder expands and ends up getting forced out of their mouth.
Eleven, okay. Did he cut me off? No, he's undoing it right now.
So after getting our limits, we had to give up on the rockfish and head in for bass. Before we get back into any more fishing, for those of you who are thinking about coming out for a ride or a trip or a fishing trip out here on the Dana Pride, let me show you what this boat has to offer real quick. Now, for those of you who haven't been on a boat this big before, it's actually kind of surprising how much there really is to offer. We're going to start down in the bottom of the boat and show you what's down inside. Come on. Head on down here. So here I am down in the kitchen. We're in the bottom of the boat right here. And if you come out here, you get a little hungry, the cooks on these boats are great. They make everything you can make on a short order grill. They start with breakfast burritos, bacon, egg, and cheese, any kind of sandwich you want in the morning, and then in the afternoon they wrap it up with some cheeseburgers and all kinds of fun stuff. Grilled cheese, patty melt. They've got all your typical candies and snacks, sodas, coffees out here all day long. I know a lot of you are coffee drinkers out there. So nice big kitchen down here. You don't have to worry about going hungry when you come out on a fishing trip. They're going to treat you good, and they're going to make sure you're full. So let me show you what's behind you there. Also got plenty of seating rooms, plenty of place to rest your head. Sometimes it's an hour, 2, 3 hour ride out. Just come out and hang down in here. Sometimes it's raining outside or it could be bad weather, but there's always somewhere safe to go. If you get tired during the day, during the fishing day, you could come down here and hang out, get yourself a burger or something from the grill, and just come down here and relax. Got a nice big TV behind me. A lot of amenities down here in the bottom of the boat. Let's go back up on the top, and I'm going to show you how much room you actually have to fish around here. This boat is 95 feet long, from the bow to the stern. Plenty of room to fish, okay? Start from the front, go to the back, work all ends of the boat. You got rod holders all up and down the side of the boat where you can set your rods when you're not fishing. Got plenty of room to put your rods, plenty of rod holders, and just tons of room, tons of room. You're gonna be comfortable when you come and fish out here. You gotta use the head, there's a place for you to go. I know a lot of people are worried about this, so don't worry. This should not be a concern when you come out here. Here's the head facility, a sink to wash your hands, get the fish smell off, and you're good. You're heading back out. And here's the top. This is the last piece of the boat up here. There's plenty of room down below, plenty of room on the sides and in the back to fish, and in the bow. And then you've got this nice upper deck up here to relax, kick back. Nice sunny day, relax. The way I catch fish, you know, I might as well just spend the whole time up here on the top of the boat because I never catch anything anyway. So, but when you come out here, you better be down on that deck catching fish and letting people like me rest up here. So let's get back into the show and see what's going on. And we just got done rock fishing out in about 200 feet of water, 250 feet of water. And what we're gonna do now is head back inland, try for some calico bass and sand bass. But we had a great captain on the Dana Pride. Mr. Tom White took time out of his schedule to give us a little spiel about today's fishing trip. Real quick, how about just telling us what we're doing today?
Well, we're on a 3/4 day trip, which we left at 6 o'clock this morning, and we'll return approximately 3 o'clock this afternoon. Fishing this time of the year is very up and down, so this morning we tried for rockfish and try to get something in the bag and just get going. And then this afternoon we're going to try to fish for bass. Hopefully the water temperature warms up, the surface temperature warms up, and the bass become more active, and hopefully they'll start biting.
If this was my first time ever out on this boat, I've got a rental rod and reel. What do I do? What are some things that I should do when I come out here?
If we're fishing the kelp, they offer two types of rental rods. They offer a conventional and an open face, which is what we call a spinning rod. I would suggest a spinning rod because it's easier to cast. You'll have much more fun. You'll be able to fly line the bait much better. When you have the conventional, you're casting. If you're not used to it, you're gonna be getting bird nests and this and that. Right. You learn a lot more with a spinning reel. Now when we're fishing sand bass and we're out in the mud in July, a conventional reel is you can go straight up and down, and that will work fine.
Okay. Now, a lot of people get frustrated their first times out on these boats, especially if it's a crowded boat on a weekend or something like that. Lines will get crossed, hooks will get on other people's rods and reels, and I don't know if that's my fish or if that's your fish, that sort of thing. So it's probably important just to be patient, first couple times out here. If you don't know what you're getting into, just kind of maybe stand back a little bit and take it all in. Pay attention to what other people are doing and just kind of learn from other people if you don't have any idea what's going on, right? Right.
There's a lot of people on the boats. If the deckhands and stuff can't help you, there's the people on these boats are very helpful. All our passengers. We have a lot of regulars that come out that would be more than happy to help you, show you what they're using, what's working. So watch somebody that looks like they know what they're doing and say, hey, how come you're using this or this and that? Should I go up and get some of this before we leave? If you don't ask questions, you're not going to learn.
That's it. I'll tell you what, I appreciate you letting us come up here and talk to you for a little while. I'm going to head back downstairs and try to catch a bass or two. I haven't caught any. Well, I caught the one shark, smooth greyhound or smooth hound or
smooth
hound shark, whatever. So I'm still learning my California ops and terms out here about the fish. So I'm going to get back down there and try to catch bass. And you stick around and keep watching the show. In the shallows, we set up anchor, hooked on some more fresh bait, squid or sardines. They started chumming up the fish, and we tried to catch bass. Cast out my squid.
You're on camera.
That's a kind George counts. When George catches,
This would be the California scorpion fish. That's what does the damage right there.
Little calico bass. Because the water had cooled down the past few days before we went out on this trip, the bass fishing was a little slow. But no matter if the fishing is slow or fast, it's always nice to be out on the water.
Maybe white sea bass. Gotta go back.
As we headed in, they weighed the jackpot fish, cleaned up everybody's fish for dinner, and we had one last look at our biggins. The first half of the show was a little insight of the kind of fishing you could do right around here at Camp Pendleton. The fishing part of the show is over. Now let's get in the woods and do some hunting. All right, so I made it up here to 400 Liggett. I got all my stuff squared away. I went and checked another spot before I came to this one, and there wasn't a lot of pig sign. I've been told that this spot behind me has a lot of pigs. A lot of people shoot pigs in this area, so I'm gonna try it out. Never been in here before. You can see there's 2 other trucks here, but I think there's actually 8 different people checked out for this area, so see how much competition I get. That's why I'm wearing an orange hat, because I don't want to get shot by anybody. Pigs don't have the best eyesight, so you don't have to be too wary about your camouflage. I'm wearing my old camis, just your regular woodland camis. It's always worked for me in the woods. Haven't tried the pig hunting thing yet, so that's what you're gonna tag along with me today, doing this pig hunting. So I'm ready to try it out. I got my gear, and we're gonna head on out. A few hours into my hunt, I knew I was in a good spot when I started seeing sign like this. You can see the rooting in the ground here where the grass is turned up and there's dirt showing. Good sign that pigs have been around here. After a few hours of hunting, I ran across this deer. When I was filming the deer, I just happened to look to my right and I saw a bunch of pigs come over the ridge. Now look right in the center of your screen and you can see two smaller ones walking right down the ridge. Altogether, there were about 8 to 10 pigs that showed up. Now come with me as we go on a little stalk and see what happens when I try to shoot my very first pig. There goes one. There goes one right down the ridge. I didn't have a cameraman. I'm hunting by myself with the gun in one hand, the camera in the other, and pigs directly in front of me. There's the bigger one right there. I'm gonna try to stalk him. And I was doing my best to stalk and film at the same time. Not the easiest thing to do. Sorry about the shaky camera. I just gotta keep the good wind. Right there. There they are. Some smaller ones. Gotta keep moving. I'm still working my way up the ridge. The pigs came up higher than I was, so I had to work my way up the ridge. Kept the wind in my favor. They stayed down eating. They had no idea I was there. Got a good wind. There's something there. Wait. Don't hear me first. They keep going uphill.